Ну что ж, приветствую всех, дорогие поклонники бодибилдинга, подписчики канала про Bodybuilding World и участники группы Мистер Олимпия. В конце интервью еще к нам присоединится администратор группы Кая Грина. И, собственно, вот сейчас сидит рядом с нами Kai Greene. Hello, Kai.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. So, how was your flight? How do you enjoy your first day in Moscow?
Thanks for asking. My flight was amazing. It was amazingly good and without incident. They say any flight that you could walk away from was a good landing. So not only did we walk away from it, but we strutted away with swagger and pride and stride. And we're very happy to be here in Moscow this week. And we're looking forward to doing some really good things this weekend.
Okay, so the next question is about, of course, you are now in your off-season, and what does your typical off-season day look like?
Interesting. Thanks for the question. I think, how do I answer that? My typical off-season day right now is filled with trying to maintain your responsibility to still maintaining a semblance of normalcy with your schedule. Still trying to fit some fragment of what looks like your ideal training situation. Try to fit that in with traveling and maintaining other responsibilities that are very, very important when we start to talk about earning a living as a professional competitive bodybuilder. So that's interesting, but definitely we are getting it done, and I'm very, very, very proud and happy to be able to say that.
Okay, thank you for the answer. What is your favorite body part to train, and what is your favorite exercise for that particular body part?
Oh man, what is my favorite body part to train? Man, I have to tell you, none. I have absolutely no favorite body part to train, and I think it's important to say that because I'm asked that quite a lot. Lately I've been doing some traveling and stuff, and you'll be surprised how many times people will ask that question, wanting to know, what is your favorite body part? I think in order to be a really good quality athlete in this game, the athlete needs to be able to try to develop all of his body evenly. And with that, I think to have a biasness in your approach because you just like a particular body part more than others can maybe set you up for the potential of training that area more regularly than not, and as a result developing an imbalance in what can show up in your overall physique. So I try not to have a favorite body part at this time, and I recognize that it's important at least to develop a balanced physique all the way around.
Why are you not competing, for example, at Arnold Classic show, at New York Pro, for example, because you are the multiple champion, but why are you not trying to chase some kind of records, for example, to beat the number of victories on New York Pro, or for example to tie Dexter Jackson with 5 wins now? Is it the main goal for you to prepare only once a year for the Olympia, or maybe is it hard for you to get in shape like twice or even 3 times a year?
No, I think the athlete can do. I think the body can do what the mind will it to do. To answer your question, the reason why I have not made it a priority to focus on doing any of the other pro shows is because I've paid my dues in that respect to the other pro shows, and at this time in my career and at this time in my life, my goal is to win the Olympia, and my goal is to work and focus on attaining that. So with that said, there's my answer as to why it is that I'm not gonna turn around and try to look at doing the other shows if that's not my primary focus at this time. My primary focus is winning the Olympia, and in truth, I've done the other shows, and I think that more importantly, when I turned pro, I didn't just start out going to the Olympia. You know, as a professional, after winning my pro card, I had to begin the process of working my way up the ranks to earn the right to eventually get to a place where I could compete on the Olympia. But I had to earn, that was a privilege that I had to earn. And the way you earn that is by competing in a lot of the other shows that are very good shows on their own.
What about the Pro 2007, for example?
Right,
You
exactly.
won that show, yeah.
Exactly. So there's a number of pro shows that an athlete can compete at, and in doing so, they're earning their right and credentials to get on ultimately the Olympia stage and vie for their opportunity to win there. So I've done that. I've done that, and you know, respectfully, at a place where one thing that I haven't done yet is see the highest honor at the Olympia. So with that said, I still recognize that I have some work to do, and it's still a goal that is on my things to do list. And so that's what we're doing, and that's how I answer it. But again, we don't say anything negative about any of the other shows. The other shows are great. Also, I want to point out too that just because a man identifies himself as being in the upper echelon of the pro kingdom, you know, it does not mean though that he is supposed to turn around and compete in the other shows where we think that there's supposed to be easy pickings or easy opportunity for him to win. If we understand it and we believe that to be so, then why is he there in the first place? For him to go and can compete in the other shows that are, you know, on another level from the Super Bowl of our experience, the Super Bowl of our sport, which is the Olympia, then what he's doing is he's taking away other opportunity for another athlete that may still be new to the pro ranks and eager to make their way just as I made my way up, you know. So I'm not about to think about trying to take opportunity away from another athlete that may be where I was 4 years ago or 7 years ago. You know, I think the same things that I would want for myself, I'd want to see any man be able to achieve and do. So to the athlete that has just come into the pro ranks and is looking to make their mark and work their way up the ranks, you know, then they are, if they are competing in those shows, that's where they're supposed to be competing. We support them, we embrace them into prodom, and we wish them luck. And as we continue to focus on our goal and see our dream realized, we encourage them to do the same where they're at. So nothing negative, but that's my reason why I'm not.
Yeah, so this answer was very honest. I think that not even from my point of view, but from everyone else's who is in this room and who is going to watch the interview. And okay, one brief question, just to let your fans know who is Kai Greene and, for example, regular life. What's your, for example, favorite movie or favorite artist? Because you are an artist.
Oh, thanks. I try. Wow. My favorite movie, believe it or not, my favorite movie for a very long time was Pumping Iron. And as a result, you know, I just had to count it a tremendously wonderful opportunity, almost surreal, so to speak, you know, to be asked to do the Generation Iron film. I think it marks a really good time in my career and my life, and I count myself to be so privileged to have been able to participate and take part in a project such as that.
So called the sequel of the Pumping Iron.
Well, I don't think it's a sequel though, because technically Pumping Iron 2 was the sequel to Pumping Iron 1. And
it was about women's
and it was about women
bodybuilding.
bodybuilding. And then we didn't have anything else even referencing it to that degree until, you know, almost 30 years later. So
okay, so we're joined by the moderator of your fan group on vk.com. So I will give you the word just to give shout-outs to your fans in Russia, to represent your sponsors, and to say anything that you wish just to conclude this great interview, because I was blessed to talk to you, and I'm just surprised and overwhelmed the answers that you gave for my not probably sneaky questions, but I hope that you found them interesting, so the word goes to you.
Whoa! Well, first we want to give a shout out to bk.com and all the wonderful people out there that sit there and support that project. Keep it going. I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you for your job of moderating this thing.
Thank you for that.
And to some very well thought out questions, I might add, giving us this opportunity to speak to you and to speak with you and speak through you to make this thing the success that it will be and that it is. So on that note, I guess are there more shout outs? I'll let you guys actually speak directly to the names and faces that need to be mentioned.
Ну что, ребят, вот это вот было такое очень познавательное даже для нас самих интервью. Я надеюсь, вам очень понравилось. Я, к примеру, до сих пор под впечатлением. Буквально в паре слов скажи, как твои впечатления от Кая вживую?
Ну, я до сих пор не могу. Группа была создана где-то 7 лет назад, и это свершилось, и это прекрасно. Вот.
Ну что, ребят, спасибо всем за внимание. Да, thank you, Kai, once again for the interview.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again during the filming of your training. See you soon. Всем счастливо, всем пока.
Wow. Cool.